That's Ryland, my son. And which I should probably text him, hey, dummy, watch the show.
The week is, what was your favorite toy growing up? Oh man, I had quite a few different toys. Most of them were hand me downs because I'm kid number 4 out of 6. But I my brother gave me his Lego collection when I was younger. And I absolutely loved building all kinds of random stuff because at that point it was literally just Legos in a bin. It was no longer whatever the kit they were purchased as. And so I loved it. It fueled my creativity, and built all kinds of stuff with it, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna go with Legos.
Hmm. You would absolutely go with the toy that led to a lot of emotional and physical trauma in my life. I understand that is what you would choose, of course. Um,
Well,
see,
that might be what we need to do for story time. How did
mm.
Legos cause so much trauma in your life?
Yeah, well, there's a story there. It starts when I met Bob, and he was a little punk, but I'll fix him. It'll be fine. No, but my toy tracks also in the fact that telling stories and controlling worlds, right? And so don't put up another one. What? Why? What? Okay, it went away. I thought you were sharing another one. It's like I don't want to see any more horrible sketches of who I'm not. So, uh, but like for me, it was all figurines basically. So GI Joe, Star Wars, they're all the same size, similar Kung Fu grips. Now GI Joe had bendable elbows and knees, and Star Wars didn't. But I always blended them together. So that's probably my favorite toy was those figures because I would lose myself for hours just take up the whole of my room and you play it out and do different things and then not clean it up afterwards, which really pissed my mom off. But she at least kept me busy for like 2 to 3 hours where she didn't have to worry about crap. She could take a nap or whatever, go kick a puppy. I don't know what she did. But
Oh,
that was mine. Was that. So I'm sure we have a few of our speak pipes, which if you go to wiseandnerdy.com/call dad, you can leave your voice there. John Marsh, he was a little bit more rich than I was growing up. He had Transformers. You would pick another
my,
toy that gave me deep emotional trauma, sir.
my,
I understand that.
my
Yes.
brother had some Transformers toys. Those were ones that he shared very reluctantly.
Now I
So,
can play with my sister's Barbie dolls whenever I want, so maybe that's why I like drag queens. I don't know.
all right. So this one I think is a brand new caller for us.
All right,
It's
let's hear
just
it.
labeled as Smalls.
On this week's question of what's your favorite toy growing up, it's the Disney Spider-Man skateboard from 2013. Yeah, 2013. And
Okay.
it was my favorite toy because my grandma gave it to me on her bed for Christmas, and I used it all the time until I lost it.
So I had previewed about 2 seconds of that,
Uh-huh.
but after listening to it, I do recognize that
Yeah.
voice.
I don't know why he puts okay. So there's a story behind that whole group. That's Ryland, my son. And which I should probably text him, hey dummy, watch the show. But I said, hey, I want you to answer the question. And when I told him what the question of the week was, he lit up. He's like, oh man, he starts looking up. He's like, oh, I can't find what that thing was. And he finally says it's Batman Castle. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's the Batman Castle from Fisher Price and this and that. And because each of the boys had one growing up. He is watching. And so I'm like, yeah, he is, I don't know where he got this from, but he so missed the point of telling the story that's his second favorite toy, by the way, because he couldn't find what it was actually called for the Batman Castle, so it bugged him so much that he couldn't get the pinpointed thing. It's like, buddy, it's just about sharing the passion and the love. But I did a skit with him unintentionally. I wish he had recorded it because I was like, what are you taking so long? He's like, how was it phrased again? I'm like, who cares? Who cares? What is on the screen, man? Who cares? Just tell the story, man. Just get on there and say, I love the Batman cast. And then he didn't. Then he did the Spider-Man. And then he went, I loved it until I lost it. And his mom immediately goes, I think it's just right there on the back porch, man. He goes, probably. So, yes, that was Ryland. And Ryland, thank you for sharing your story, son. I appreciate it.
All right.
Better than Bob.
Speaking of Bob, let's see what he has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm the dangerous Bob. And for the question of the week, what was your favorite toy growing up? I'm still growing up. So, my favorite toy right now is the Nintendo Switch. Also Nintendo Switch 2, but I don't have one. But if you say video games or toys, who are you and what have you done with your life? Brought to you by Bob.
Oh, Bob. Oh, Bob.
Yeah, Bob, there's going to be a Switch 3 in your future, just so you know. You can pick it out, old school style.
Yeah, you find it in the backyard.
Yeah.
Bring him a Switch.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, but Malachi has it too. Yeah, he saved up his money or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he saved up and bought that. And then he
Which is, I'm just saying that for the audience, really, because that's why Bob says he likes the Switch 2, but he doesn't have one, but he has access to one.
Yes, correct.
Cool.
All right. Looks like Jeb recorded one, and you never know what you're gonna get with him, so we'll find out.
Hi, this is from Jebediah. What is it your favorite toy growing up? It is
You got this. Come on.
it's Hot Wheels right now.
Ooh, all right.
So bye. And I want to have a third name. Growings with Charles.
Grows with Charles. So he has been obsessed ever since you gave Bob the middle name Danger. He wants
When did I call him Danger?
last week after he said groans with Bob. It groans with Charles.
I don't believe I called him Danger.
You did. You called him Bob Danger.
Well, I regret that drunken decision. So now Jebediah
Jeb wants you to give him a middle name.
All right, I'll work on it, man. I'll work on it. I got you. But
Right.
you got to take my side more, man. You can't be all back in the groans with Charles crap, son. You gotta be like, I'm an adult. I don't know what you gotta be like.
All right, and then Devo has answered the question of the week as well.
Hello, folks. It's been a while. So, question of the week: what's your favorite toy growing up? First thing that pops in my mind is I was maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, and
Oh,
not 6, 7, 6
Yeah.
or at the age of 6 or the age of 7.
there you go.
Boy, that's going to start something. My mother bought me, I don't know, my mom was like, she loved going to garage sales. And I'd say probably half the stuff I ever got was from garage sales, but she always thought of us. And she found these 2 Star Trek, the original Star Trek communicator style walkie-talkies. Loved them, played with them to death. Man, I wish I still had them. They're probably worth an insane amount today. But at that time, they were nothing but fun. And me and my brother run around. The battery cable, 9-volt, the little wire comes out. I did everything. Tape, whatever. Try to keep that thing alive. And I did for the longest time. Antenna broke. Finally, the flip broke. It's hard being a kid. Well, it's going to be hard being a toy with a kid. But I had a lot of fun. So that's mine.
Nice.
Brought to you by Devo.
And I bet, I bet he had like the really, cause they don't make walkie talkies like they did then, right? I mean, those were some real deal Even though they were toys, they were some solid pieces of
Oh yeah,
equipment.
I remember playing with walkie-talkies at my friend's house when I was little, and it was on the same frequency as their cordless phone in the house,
Uh-huh.
and so we could hear their phone calls through
Yeah.
the walkie-talkies while we were
Yeah.
playing out in the yard. They
That's so
couldn't
much
hear
fun.
us because
Right?
we were still talking to each other, but it didn't go over the phone.
What
But we could
about
hear
what
them.
about? Did yours ever pick up the McDonald's drive-through?
No.
Yeah, every once in a while I get a CB radio, and every once in a while I'd get like the drive-through from McDonald's or whatever on those. It was
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah, we had walkie-talkies whenever we would go when we would go on road trips where we had to take more than one vehicle, and so our two vehicles would have them, and sometimes we would be on the same frequency as someone else on the highway.
Yep.
And it wasn't we didn't, as far as I know, we didn't usually get onto the CB radio frequencies, at least none that we knew of, but we would run into other passengers, and sometimes we'd spark up a conversation if they passed a vibe check or whatnot. But yeah, it was back then, back before cell phones.
You know what
Back
you
in
can do
my
now?
day.
That's kind of similar. Is for I think it comes automatically locked now, so it's not as easy. But as you're driving down the road, as long as you're a passenger, you have an iPhone. You just every once in a while check to see who's near you to do an airdrop.
An airdrop.
And just drop random fun photos of like everybody in the car. Ah! Yeah. I like finding, if I'm going down the road, my wife's driving, I like finding open Wi-Fi's in people's cars and seeing if there's anything I can do with it. Usually there's not.
No,
But,
hop on their hotspot.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, I don't even have the hacking tools, right? So if I get in your hotspot, I want to be able to like change your radio or something, be funny. But yeah.
Apparently, my kids talk to the police with their walkies.
Well,
That's the
Jebby,
first I'm hearing of that.
report all the bodies that Bob has left in the backyard.
Because he's dangerous.
He's dangerous.